Alright, alright. It's the Maths Done here again, trying to give you lessons from lessons learned as a student and a tutor. So, what we're going to be talking about today is mind your study posture. Mind your study posture. And the reason why this is important is because of how our posture affects everything that we do. Our posture on the outside affects us on the inside. And we've heard it many times in different ways. Okay? If you walk with your head down physically, that's how you're going to feel inside. If you have a posture that's happy on the outside, you feel good on the inside. Okay? If you're grumpy on the outside, yeah, it's going to affect you on the inside. It affects every area of everything you do. Okay? The way you carry yourself on the outside affects how your mind starts to work on the inside. But the reality is, if we just cut into it, there is a way to sit when you study. There is a way and there is a posture to have when you study. And you're going, no, there isn't. Really? There is a posture or a look someone has when they're serious about something, as opposed to when they're joking. So that means there's a posture, there's a look for everything. Okay? There's a look for when you're happy, there's a look for when you're sad, there's a look for when you're serious, there's a look for, I'm joking with you. There's a look for everything. So, when you're studying, there is a look, there is a posture you have to have. Come on, people, you know what it is. Your mom and dad can't come into the room, see you lying down on your bed, your legs kicked up, a book in front of you, and they ask you, oh, what are you doing? And you go, I'm studying. Really? Studying for what? Studying what? A romantic novel, kicking your feet up, clapping it like Cupid, like you're trying to fly to the moon? Come on, that's not a posture for study, or serious study anyway. Come on, you're easily distracted when you're lying down, you're rolling side to side. That's not a posture for study. Even in a classroom, it doesn't work like that. Even in your exam, it doesn't work like that. And if you're preparing for an exam, you've got to put yourself in those conditions. You can't be lying down to study when you know in your exam you're not going to be allowed to lie down to do your exam. You've got to put yourself in a position you're going to be in the exam so your mind gets used to the exam posture, which is sit up, butt down, and lean forward. Okay? You can't be leaning to one side, leaning to the other. Come on. The posture has to be right. And it also helps your mentality. When you get up in the morning, you sit up. Your mind goes, okay, he's ready. But your alarm gets you up in the morning and you're lying in bed, rolling side to side. Your mind is just like, he ain't ready, she ain't ready. Let's keep her sleeping. So that sitting up posture matters, especially when you're studying. Okay? When you're studying, either doing past papers or just studying the topics, okay? Whether it's paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, whether it's anything, any subject, but we're dealing with math, it doesn't matter the subject. In this case, we're talking about math. Sit up, please. Sitting up is the posture. And if you're saying, how can I sit up? I haven't got a reading table and a chair. Man, please. Put your back to a wall. That will straighten your back out. And put a board across your lap and put your books on there. Now you're sitting up and you can lean forward and study. If you've got a table, you ain't got a chair, sit on the floor. Pull that table in front of you. Put your foot through the table, legs. Okay? And if you've got a reading table and a reading chair, make sure that reading chair is not leaning backwards while you're studying. Push up onto the table, lean forward. Don't get to all that leaning back, rolling around the chair, spinning and having a good time. No, that's chill time. Might as well listen, let's not go into that, but that's not the way to seriously study. That's not the posture for it. The posture is pull in, sit up, and leaning like you're interested. That's a posture. The posture of interest leans in. It sits up and it leans in because you're interested. And it tells your mind that. Your physical posture of sitting up, leaning in, tells your mind, we're interested, we want to learn, we're ready. The mind adjusts. But if you're sitting back, rolling around, lying down, kicking your leg up, flapping your feet in the air, it's like your mind is just like, we're just having fun, we're just chilling, which is not what it is. You're really trying to lock in, to be serious about something. Okay? So, get the posture right, and you'll find that your mind will follow suit. Put out the proper physical posture, and the mind will follow. I'm ready to study. I create a space for studying. But if you go around this idea of, it's not that serious, he's just bugging, I can lie down and study, I can roll over and study, it'll be fine. See how that works out for you when you have to sit an exam sitting up and leaning forward, and you've never practiced how to do that continuously. That becomes a problem, doesn't it? If you've never practiced to speak English, it becomes a problem when you meet the Queen or the King and you actually have to speak English. So, don't play yourself. Your study posture is important. Okay? Don't just be lackadaisical about what your position is. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It does matter. And that's why your study space is important. The way you cultivate that study space is important. Because if you're lackadaisical about how you cut out your study space and just like, yeah, I'll just study anywhere. Oh, I can just stand in the kitchen, lean to one side and do the best studying possible. Okay. But it's not the best form. Get in that room, create that space. Get into that posture. And trust, you will get the mind really set and locked in to study and absorb information and process it better, rather than just playing around. Okay? And remember, your positioning or where you choose to study is also as important as your posture. You wouldn't go and study at a bar where they're watching the finals of the Champions League or the Eurovision. Okay? Position yourself in the right place. Find a quiet place. The library is good. Your room is a good place. Where there's no TV is a good place. Where there's the least amount of people who are trying to have fun is a good place to position yourself. All these things get your mind focused. Because at the end of the day, fun is good. I'm not here to kill joy. I'm not here to stifle the fun. I'm not here to be the fun police. But when it's time to study, have fun studying. The fun should be in the study. Okay? The fun should be in the study. Not, oh, let's fun and study. No. There's a time for everything. And if you get serious at the right time, with your posture, with your positioning, with everything else, you get to have all the fun you want, smiling all the way to the results table, getting your results and knowing, I put the work in, now I can have the fun I want. Okay? Remember, no start, no middle, no end. It's just the maths done here again, trying to give you lessons on lessons learned as a student and a tutor.